What you see here is SwiftUI Shimmer animation playground. I created this for iOS so that you can adjust the Shimmer animation in various ways and copy the code for your SwiftUI project. You have noticed here it has duration settings, so we can increase the duration to make the animation slower. Or make it run faster. We can increase the font size or decrease it. You can adjust the shimmer color. For example, let's choose something like this. Using different color options. You can also modify the tint color. And finally, invert the animation so that it plays from right to left. On the top right of the animation, we have a copy button to copy the SwiftUI animation and use it in your projects. So I created this interactive playground for customizing and previewing Shimmer text animations in SwiftUI entirely in Bitrig. From the bottom right of the screen, I will tap the menu icon and expand the sheet. Over here, you can see the main prompt I used. Create a shimmering animation playground based on the attached image. For the attached image, I saw this animation on X. I think the guy created that using React Native Expo. So I took a screenshot of this animation and added it in Bitrig. So I stated further that users should be able to configure the Shimmer animation settings such as progress, color, tint color, duration, size, and also invert the animation. So the coding agent in Bitrig went ahead to think for 3 seconds. Under the hood, it is using an anthropic coding model. I'm not really sure, but I think it is using Claude Opus 4.5. So over here, it summarized everything it has to do, adding the ability to set progress, color, tint color, and the rest. So within some few seconds, it finished creating the animation playground. However, nothing was working, so I added this follow-up prompt and stated adjusting the settings should be able to work with the text. Tapping the buttons should play the shimmering animation. Then it went ahead to think again and modify the generated code. If I go back again to the animation I showed you on X, you can see the first setting is progress. For the SwiftUI animation Bitrig generated, the progress setting wasn't useful. So I added another follow-up prompt to remove the progress under settings. So it modified the code again. I went ahead to prompt the coding model again to add a new feature. By minimizing the sheet on the top right of the playground, you have noticed we have this copy button. You can copy the adjusted animation and use it in a SwiftUI project. So that is what the final prompt is about. On the top right of the container holding the animation, we want to add a copy button to copy the Swift code generated by Bitrig. So it went ahead to modify the code and generated a final version. Also, I wanted the animation to play from the right to left. Once you enable invert, for the first implementation, it was playing the animation from left to right. So I added that prompt to reverse it. As you have noticed, I stated it must display in the opposite direction, that is, from right to left. So it modified the code again and output a final version. Bitrig is an interesting iOS app, allowing you to build any app you can imagine for the iPhone. Once you generate the Swift code from the top right, there are a couple of ways you can share the code. You can share it on the Mac and use Xcode to edit it. You can send the code to iPad and edit it further, or use the companion Bitrig app for macOS. On my Mac, I have already downloaded the Bitrig app and launched it, but I want to show you how you can send it to Xcode by opening a new browser. So from the Bitrig app, I'll click the share button again and airdrop it. That opens the Bitrig app in the browser. From this option, we can download the code and use it in an Xcode project. If you have the Bitrig app installed, you can use this option to open it directly in Bitrig. So I have it already opened in the Bitrig app. From the panel on the left, you can see we have the same prompt I showed you previously on the iPhone. So we can go ahead and also edit the Swift code. If you're using it in Xcode, for example, this part may not be needed, so you can remove that completely, because this is the entry point of the app, and your Xcode project already has that. So I did only one modification in the Swift code. So this is the copy button. I added a prompt to add it on the top right of the playground. The original generated code didn't have liquid glass effect, so I added the glass effect modifier. So by commenting the glass effect modifier, you have noticed it has removed the effect from the playground. I will undo the change. So that is updated in the iPhone app in real time. So once you generate a Swift code in Bitrig for your SwiftUI project, you can use the macOS app to edit the code, and the changes will reflect directly in the iPhone app. To play with the source code yourself, you can find a link in the description of the video. I have uploaded the Swift file to GitHub in the repository Open SwiftUI Apps. So I will not go through how the code works specifically, but I will add more functionalities and make another video demonstrating all the new features.